What's poppin'? My name is Jordan McLeod. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. And if this is your first time, consider subscribing and hitting the bell because you're going to help this channel. Now, we're going to talk about it, man. I was talking to this particular atheist, probably one of the nicest dudes you'll ever meet. But there was this one thing that he kind of kept doing, honestly. This guy kept... He kept on like making fun of me while packaging it with no offense. He just kept saying like no offense. And so I want you to check out this video and then later on let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Feel me? Deuces. We out. I said we out.
Yes, well, we don't know God. If we knew God, we'd set the world on fire.
What's your own personal thoughts on Jesus though?
To me, like, is it's good for people who believe in it. It can like help them with good manners, good behave well. I think. Yeah, I don't have much thought about it actually, but yeah, like what that's pretty much what I
Do you believe God is real?
no, I don't. I don't.
You don't believe it? Okay.
I don't
So, what's some of your reasonings that you don't believe that God is real? Like, is it like evidence? Like, you need evidence that He's real, or what do you mean by that?
Okay, can I ask a question first? So no offense, but do you guys believe in God?
Yeah, I believe in God. I believe God is real. There's many reasons behind that.
Okay.
But yeah, what do you think about that?
I don't know. I just don't believe in any religions or. So actually, my first English teacher, of course my second language of English. My first English teacher, he believes in God, but he never tried to like me to pursue in the Christian something. I don't know. I grew up in a different culture than the Americans, So I just don't think you know what? I kind of believe there is some uh, uh, more than natural things, something like the science cannot explain. But I'm just something related to the religions. I don't like.
No, yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I wanted to ask you this. A lot of people, especially for myself. So I'll tell you a little bit about me. I grew up in a Christian home. My mom, she started to follow God when she was 16 years old. And I didn't want anything to do with God. I didn't want to follow her God, so to speak, until I had a real relationship and encounter with God. And that's when He kind of opened my eyes.
Okay, like
And so, yeah.
Like did you see any evidence or?
Yeah, the evidence for me was my mother, but more so just like God revealing Himself to me personally. Some of the ways that He did reveal Himself was I was really close with my grandpa. My grandpa died when he was about probably like early 80s, and he died in 2007. I asked myself this question: when I die, where am I going to go? That was the question that I asked myself. So the question that I would ask you is, if you were to die, do you know where you're going to go? Have you ever thought about that at all?
I actually had, but I I just don't care that much like where I would go. Uh, what I believe is, even if I like reborn or something, like, or like, I don't know how the words of it, but if I uh, uh, it's not me, so it's I don't know what kind of forms I can exist after I died, but
So, um, with you, like, not sure. I mean, even the part where it's kind of even scary that you would say that you're like, you don't even really care. Um, I think you probably should care in terms of where you're gonna spend eternity. In terms of if you were to die, that doesn't scare you. That doesn't have you thinking about any of that at all, or
uh, you know what? I like the thought of the eternity. You know, like not immortal, but the you can still exist after that. But uh, that help you to like I said, behave well, like do something good to the society, to the world, and don't like do anything bad to other people. That's a good part. I love it. Uh, I like I said, I do believe that some things may happen after I die. So I I'm not following the rules. I don't know the terms, the jargons of the, but I mean I don't follow the like the how how Bibles tell me to do, but I do like do good things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so. Um, this is this is my last question for you. Do you believe that you're a good person?
I do, I do. I'm kind. I cannot say like good person, but I mean at least I'm kind. I'm a kind person. I can say that. Yeah. Yeah.
So, uh, the part that I was going to ask you as well is, have you ever lied before or stolen or?
I mean, I have never stolen before. Lying, I think everyone has, but right. So yeah. Uh-huh.
The point that I'm getting at is that me, you, everybody on this planet has fallen short of the glory of God. So we're all in the same boat. We've all sinned and we've fallen short of the glory of God. That no one taught us how to steal, no one taught us how to lie and do those things. It was already in our nature, right? So those things separate us from God. But the good news is though, instead of being separated from God, you can be in a right standing relationship with God by believing in His Son Jesus Christ, by believing in what He did on the cross for you and I. He died on the cross, and then He was buried, and then He rose again on the third day. And whoever repents of their sins and believes upon the gospel, they will be saved. That's the good news of Jesus, is that we've all sinned and we've all fallen short of the glory of God. And anybody that has not repented of their sins and and is not following God, they will spend eternity in hell. But that's the good news of Jesus Christ. Yeah. What do you think about that?
That's cool. I mean, I keep open mind with all those things. I have learned some ideas of the Bibles. You know, uh, yeah. I have no means to like offense you guys.
No,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
good,
just a
yeah.
casual. So,
Yeah.
what do you think of those people, or even priests, or even godfathers who have done something bad to people? What do you think of those guys? Like, they also believe in God, right? They also like. So, what do you think of those who who think the believing in God is kind of a lucrative things that he can dig money from it. What do you think of those people? Like how? Yeah.
So I think you gave me two questions, if I'm following you correctly. The first question was about like Godfathers and like mafia people. Is that what you're saying?
No, sorry, I made it wrong. I mean the the people who run the church. I,
Pastors or leaders?
yeah.
What about them?
Like I have heard some bad things about them, like just have done something wrong.
Oh, where they kind of, probably like steal money or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I would say, people in the church and stuff like that, like I said, none of us are perfect. But I think the biggest thing, though, with that is there's actually things in the Bible that give us, I wouldn't say requirements, but so much qualifications and disqualifications in terms of somebody being disqualified from the ministry. So not everybody obeys the word of God. That's the part. But yeah, God is obviously not pleased with somebody that's doing something that they shouldn't be doing in ministry in terms of being a pastor or, stealing money or anything like that. So does that kind of answer your question? Okay. And the other part, what was the last question you asked me?
I think that's it. That's basically the questions I asked. Yeah.
Well, man, it was good to meet you, man. I hope you think on that some more. And
I want
but
more like, have you seen the stand-up shows, comedian shows of George Collins? Have you heard of this name? No. Okay, it's okay. I mean, he has said something. Like why he doesn't believe. It's a comedian, It's not a serious. It's just some hilarious. I just don't know how do you think about whom making jokes about the Christ or about it.
Christians.
Yes. I mean, let me do that this way. How do you think of those comedians who make fun?
Make fun of people?
Yeah.
I mean, God says He won't be mocked. So anybody that mocks Christianity or mocks God, that's totally on them if they do that. You know what I mean? So that's what I think about that. But I hope that they experience God's mercy and grace and the forgiveness. That was the other part that I wanted to tell you about the gospel. Is that what's amazing about Jesus is He offers forgiveness. He offers mercy. He offers grace. He offers love and a real relationship. In other religions, they don't add that. They don't put that. That's not something that is believed upon in terms of what they believe and what they teach. But anyway, I hope I answered that for you. But
yes, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, man. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I love
And Zach, right?
Yeah.